I don't have TV, so there's no reason they should be charging me a channel card. I know I share too much with the internet. Please don't come to my house. Hi friends, and welcome to 5 Frugal Things, New Home Edition. So if you don't know me, I'm Sarah, a budget girl, and I like to share my personal money wins and fails in an effort to show people how they can save money and also avoid mistakes that I have personally made. So today we are talking about mistakes and also money wins that have saved me money that have happened recently since I bought my new home, a $230,000 duplex in College Station, Texas. So you guys have been enjoying my Duplex Diaries series where I show how I have been fixing up the place and getting it ready to move in real time / life. I have been in here for 2 months and you are seeing my new home office, and I'm ready to look back on some of the things that I sincerely wish I knew coming into this, and ways that I've saved money, and I hope it will help you too. Or if you've made these mistakes, hopefully you can just feel some camaraderie that you weren't the only one that did them. So let's jump in. So the first thing is a frugal fail, and that is that there was a home security system installed on my side of the duplex, the one that I'm living in, when I moved in. Because it was there, you know, all the window sensors, the doorbell camera, and a whole like fancy pad, I was kind of like, well, you know what, it's worth giving a shot. You know, maybe a home security system would be fun. So I call, I get it all set up, and it's $40 a month, which I'm like, okay. Now, first, when the guy comes out to install it, he tries to sign me up for like a 5-year contract. And then there are all these other things that I keep having to be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go month to month. I'm not gonna buy new systems. I'm not gonna sign this or that or the other thing. But eventually we got to the place where I bought the house. They wrote off all the debt that the previous person had owed on it and were able to get me started kind of with a fresh start in the system, and they got me all armed and set up in the app and everything. So that was $40 a month, and I just started to realize that it wasn't really worth that much money. We weren't really arming it that often, and while it's nice to know because it talks to you and it says like, you know, back door open or window open or whatever, it also went off several times when we didn't want it to. And it was a system that was set up to like call the police when it goes off, so that got kind of scary. And it just wasn't us. I've never had a home security system before. I've never really needed one. I have a very timid dog that sounds like a very big dog, and a very small dog that also sounds like a very small dog. And I'm also in Texas, so we have guns. So there's that. It just hasn't really been necessary. If you find out where I live, please don't come break in. Essentially, after doing some research, I figured out that I could cancel the $40 a month contract, but we can still use the security system. The only things that we were essentially paying for was the app on our phone that would let us arm and disarm the house while we were away, and the function for it to call the police. Neither of those we really need. So we can still actually arm our home while we're inside it, or when we leave, we just can't disarm it from our phone, and if it goes off, it won't call the police. It'll just yell really, really, really loud, which will likely scare anyone off and make our neighbors call the police or us, and then we'll know what's happening. So that was a $40 a month cost that I was able to go away with. I don't think it was worth it for the 4 months that I had it. Maybe while all the contractors were coming in and out, it might have been a good, but honestly, we didn't even really arm it then, if I'm being honest. I know I share too much with the internet. Please don't come to my house. I wish I just hadn't done that at all in the first place. I do think it was worth it to get it set up because it was all locked out from the previous owners. So it might have been worth it for like a month, and then we could have had the actual service shut off and then still been able to use all of the stuff. But we can do that now, and I'm glad that I know. So maybe now you know too. You buy a new house with a security system installed. So second fail, because this video is full of fails. There were a lot of things I didn't know. So I transferred my internet over from my old apartment to my new house, and I was told that there wouldn't be any like additional fees or anything like that because I wasn't like shutting down and restarting an account or anything, and it would all be the same. And then I got a bill that was for more than twice what I was previously paying. I was also told that my auto pay would transfer because it was the same account. So yeah, I got a bill for like $250, and I'm like, what the heck? And it turns out the auto pay didn't transfer, and they took off all of the discounts that I had negotiated at the old place. So obviously maybe not so obviously, I make sure to call my internet company and try to negotiate down the bill. They just always are going to increase it, and if you get any sort of discount, they're going to take that off, at least annually. They are not going to tell you they're doing it. You just have to check your bill. And if you're on auto pay, you might never check your bill. So a reminder to do that. So I negotiated with them for over an hour on the phone to get discounts back. I still didn't get it down to what it was before, but they were like, this is the best we can do. I was paying like $54. We got it down to $67. And then on the next bill, I noticed that they had added a $4 a month channel guide charge, which, considering I don't have TV through them or just have an internet plan, is insane. Why would I need a guide, a TV guide channel for internet? Unfortunately, it's Suddenlink. There's no competition where I am. You have to deal with Suddenlink essentially. And yeah, so I'm just gonna have to call again and fight to get that $4 charge off. However, I wish I had done it sooner, because I did get charged the premium rate for that month, and I did get, no, I actually think I got them to take the fee away because it didn't auto pay. But I ended up having a bill for 2 months with an additional fee because I didn't pay it because the auto pay didn't transfer, and I got it all set up again. It's a pain in the butt to talk to internet phone people, but we got there. So now my internet is back down to a more reasonable rate. I just have to call them again to get that $4 channel charge off, which honestly I'm procrastinating. So there's a third fail right there. So if you're moving, check with your internet company and don't believe what the first person tells you. Absolutely check your bill. And if you're paying too much for internet, call them, negotiate it down, try to get it to whatever promo rate they have right then. It may take multiple calls. It will take hours off your life, but I saved like $40 a month doing that, and I'll save $44 as soon as I get up the lady balls to call them again. All right, so the next one is a win. I was scouring Facebook Marketplace for doors because my back door was all clawed up by the previous owner's dog. I went to Home Depot and Lowe's, and doors are one of those things that are kind of deceptively expensive. Even the very basic ones are really, really expensive. They're upwards of $100. I'm not sure why I think they should be cheaper, but I do. Now, the type that I really wanted was like a pretty glass door or have some sort of glass in it, because there aren't actually any windows on that side of the house. But those cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So I was scouring Facebook Marketplace because that is where I've gotten most of the things for my home, because buying secondhand saves you so much money every single time. And I actually found a listing for a free door of the right size that had all the gorgeous windows in it. All I had to do was get to the house before anyone else got there, and also take a second door that I didn't need, but them's was the deals. So I scrambled over there really fast. I got the door, I got it loaded up into my hatchback, by the way. Hatchback for the win, who needs a truck? And I was able to get it all installed. It works perfectly. It is so much nicer than the door that came with the house, and it was 100% free. So, and now there's all sorts of gorgeous light coming through the window into the kitchen. We can see the dogs out there, and if they want to come in, it's really wonderful. And then I just gave the other door away on Facebook Marketplace. So huge win on there. Always check Facebook Marketplace first, especially for stuff like home renovation stuff, because people will just curb it and say, come get it, I want it out. By the way, if you want to see more of that process, I did go over it in one of the Duplex Diaries videos that has been on my channel. I will link that playlist down below, and you can actually see everything, including how I got a full-size door into my hatchback. Bungee cords and prayer, y'all. All right, we're at number 4, and we're back to the fails. So I have a home warranty on my duplex, which the previous owners paid for. I've mentioned this online before, and some of you guys hate home warranties, some of you guys love home warranties. Mine is through American Home Shield. I am not sponsored in any way. They don't know who I am, but they have been pretty great. I have, however, called them and paid the $75 copay completely unnecessarily. So yeah, they've come out, they've replaced the toilet, they've replaced the garbage disposal, they've fixed my shower, all sorts of stuff like that. I do have to pay $75 anytime they have a technician come out, and then that's the only cost. So when they had to replace the toilet, that would have been like a $300 job. I only paid $75 for it. It's been awesome. overall. However, what's not awesome is when you call them and this happens. So I got a new washer and dryer and I got them used, and we installed them in my laundry room and tried to like set them up, hook them up, everything like that. Neither Jacob or I have much experience with these, and when we turned on the hose to feed the water to the washer, it started spraying, and that made me immediately panic. And I probably called the home warranty way too quickly, because they dispatched a technician who came in and went, "Oh, darling, tighten." It was one nut that just needed to be tightened. I mean, when we installed it, we tightened it a little, but we were afraid of, you know, doing it too much and stripping it or like busting it. I was especially hesitant with anything plumbing related. I really didn't want to break it. Yeah, so I paid $75 to get someone to come tighten a nut for me. Yeah, that was a little humiliating. The guy was really, really nice about it. He even showed me how to do it in the future to make sure that I wouldn't like strip it or break anything. He was really great, but I don't love that I wasted $75 on that. I probably could have just called my handyman Chris, who was already coming in and out for stuff in the house anyway, and I'd hired him to do several things around the house, and he would have done that for free when he came over. It just didn't occur to me. I went, oh no, I'm gonna break the water line, and I called. So after that, I was a lot more careful about calling in the home warranty, because yeah, that 75 bucks adds up. Which brings us to number 5. My tenants called me one day and said that their garbage disposal wasn't working anymore, and instead of calling the home warranty, I actually did a frugal win. Jacob and I went out. We actually looked down into the garbage disposal itself, loosened it up a little bit so we could get in there, and we found a twist tie and a screw. Now, obviously, those are things that are not supposed to be in a dishwasher disposal, and they will make it stop and or break. Fortunately, as it was a new dishwasher disposal, I had the home warranty install it when it broke a couple of months ago, so we knew it wasn't a problem with the actual disposal. The disposal was brand new. It stopped instead of kept rotating on those two pieces of metal and didn't break itself. So we were able to reach down in there, pull out the twist tie, pull out the screw, tighten everything back up. It worked perfectly. And I saved myself a $75 home warranty visit. Lesson learned, I guess. And then a bonus frugal thing, number 6, a door fell off in the rental unit. One of the pantry doors. I'm not sure how it happened, but it might have been one of the ways that a screw got into the dishwasher disposal, but I was able to just go over there. It was actually had been installed with really short, like 1-inch screws, so I got some nice long screws, and I just used a screwdriver. I used a hammer to prop up the door so it was on the right place but I was able to do it myself and just screw drive in some new, much longer screws. There were only 2 screws in each section that had been drilled through, so I made sure to do all 9 holes that were there for that, and that door is not going anywhere. And I'm very proud of myself because I did it all by myself. And as I've discussed before on this channel, I went into this whole homeowning, landlording journey as a complete noob, and knowing that I was going to need to learn and that I was going to fail at some things and hopefully win at some things. And it just kind of made me feel good that I was able to do it by myself, fix a problem, and slightly increase the quality of my rental unit. So those little wins kind of help get me through the days where things are a little harder. So those are my 6 frugal wins and fails. If you enjoy this series, I would love it if you liked this video and also subscribed. If you like money, honesty, and admissions on the internet, I don't hide stuff from you guys on that. I want you to learn from my mistakes. I'm always willing to learn from people's mistakes. For instance, in my last Duplex Diaries video, I showed this bathroom that I had to put 5 coats of paint on, and a billion people said use kilts and then you won't have to do so many coats of paint. So you bet your bottom dollar when I do that other bathroom, I'm gonna use kilts to paint over that brown instead of trying like an idiot to paint white over brown straight and need to do a billion coats. So I love learning from you guys. I love it when you're able to learn from me and avoid my mistakes, and that's what this channel is all about. I will see you guys next time. Please, as always, leave your frugal wins and fails below so you can do the exact same thing. We can learn from you, you can learn from us, and we'll all just be a little richer. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.